The Egyptian sun was rising, casting golden light over the Theban necropolis. The first rays of dawn crept across the desert, painting the cliffs in hues of gold and amber. The ancient tombs, silent witnesses to millennia of history, seemed to glow in the gentle morning light. It was a scene both timeless and serene, the kind of beauty that never fails to inspire awe, no matter how many times you see it. Our mission was simple: capture aerial shots for a documentary. Horus, our drone, lifted off, its blades stirring ancient dust and sending tiny whirlwinds across the sand. The Valley of the Kings stretched below us, a landscape both familiar and mysterious, its secrets hidden beneath rugged cliffs and layers of history. As Horus ascended, we felt a sense of anticipation, even though we'd flown this route many times before. We mapped a familiar flight path, expecting nothing out of the ordinary. The drone's camera revealed the grand design of the landscape, temples perfectly aligned with the Nile, tombs clustered in sacred hills, and the intricate patterns of ancient civilization etched into the earth. From above, the scale and symmetry of the site became even more impressive, a testament to the ingenuity of those who built it thousands of years ago. We focused on camera angles and exposure, fine-tuning every shot to capture the site's majesty. The technical side of our work kept us busy, but the historical weight of the place was always present, lingering in the background. Today, though, everything felt routine. The team was relaxed, sharing quiet jokes and stories as we guided Horus along its route. It was just another day in the field, or so we thought. The morning air was cool and crisp, carrying the scent of sand and stone. The light was perfect, casting dramatic shadows that danced across the ruins and brought the ancient carvings to life. We were just getting started, already capturing spectacular footage that would bring Egypt's history to viewers around the world. Spirits were high, and no one expected anything unusual to happen. But as Horus climbed higher, the world below seemed to shift in subtle, almost imperceptible ways. Patterns emerged in the sand, and shadows revealed shapes we hadn't noticed before. We were about to witness something that would change everything we thought we knew about this place. What began as an ordinary flight was about to become an extraordinary discovery, one that none of us could have anticipated. We guided Horus east toward the Nile, its blue-green ribbon dividing desert from life. Lush fields and date palms lined the banks, feluccas drifting silently on the water. The Colossi of Memnon stood sentinel in the fields, ancient guardians of the West Bank. From above, their isolation was striking, remnants of a vanished temple. Our flight path captured the relationship between monuments and river, east for the living, west for the dead. The drone's camera panned, revealing Luxor Temple bustling with tourists, the silent cliffs beyond. Each frame was a postcard from history, the light illuminating textures of the ancient world. Everything was going perfectly. We were documenting the Egypt everyone knows, but Horus was about to cross into a patch of desert that would rewrite that story. We steered Horus toward Karnak, its scale overwhelming even from the sky. The great hypostyle hall's columns looked like a petrified forest, people below reduced to dots. We circled the sacred lake, its geometric shape and stone stairways clear from above. Familiar icons, scarab statue, temple walls, appeared in new clarity. As we pulled away from the main complex, something odd flickered on the monitor. A faint, unnatural line in the sand, just beyond Karnak's boundaries. At first we thought it was a glitch. Kenji, our pilot, paused the flight. "Rewind that." We watched again. There it was, a geometric outline, too straight to be natural. It looked like the corner of something massive, hidden in plain sight. Silence fell as we leaned in, hearts racing. This was no routine flight anymore. We had stumbled onto a mystery. The adventure had truly begun. "Take us lower," I whispered. Kenji guided Horus down. 100 meters, 50, then 30. The faint line became a series of right angles, forming a massive rectangle. The sand's color shifted, as if something below was altering it. This was no illusion. It was the buried footprint of a colossal structure. We initiated a grid search, mapping the anomaly in detail. The rectangle was the size of a football field, with internal lines suggesting walls or courtyards. The design was deliberate, complex, and invisible from the ground. No records mentioned a structure here, so close to Karnak. The drone had revealed a secret erased from history. We were breathless, our mission transformed. The day had taken a turn none of us could have imagined. The past was reaching out through the sand. We brought Horus, our drone, down to just 10 meters above the desert floor, skimming so close that every ripple and indentation in the sand became visible. The landscape, once a vast, undifferentiated expanse, now revealed a tapestry of hidden details, each grain of sand casting its own tiny shadow in the early morning light. Suddenly, Circular patterns began to emerge from the golden surface, so precise and evenly spaced that they couldn't possibly be the work of wind or water. These were not random. They hinted at something deliberate, perhaps the tops of ancient pillars now buried beneath centuries of shifting sand. The sheer scale was breathtaking. What we saw was not just a cluster of ruins, but the ghostly outline of a vast hall. Its roof had long since vanished, but the pillars remained as faint, perfect circles, stretching across the desert like the memory of a forgotten civilization. As we flew further, parallel lines began to appear, etched into the sand. Were these ancient channels for water or processional ways used in sacred rituals? Their purpose was unclear, but their presence suggested a complex, organized society that once thrived here. The site was more than a single building. It was an interconnected ecosystem of structures, each foundation telling its own story. Walls, courtyards, and passageways formed a network, hinting at a bustling community that had vanished into legend. At the very center, a massive, symmetrical pattern dominated the landscape. So precise and geometric it resembled a giant, abstract hieroglyph carved into the earth itself. Its scale and symmetry suggested it was meant to be seen from above, perhaps as a message to the gods or future generations. This mysterious design, lost to time, seemed to whisper secrets from an age when the desert was alive with meaning. Its true purpose eluded us, but its presence was undeniable, a silent testament to human ingenuity and ambition. As the sun dipped lower, the drone's battery began to wane. We raced against time, maneuvering quickly to capture every last detail before the light faded and the opportunity slipped away. In those moments, we became digital archaeologists, using technology to document a secret language written in the sand. Every image we captured felt like a piece of a puzzle, a clue to a story that had waited millennia to be uncovered. The patterns hinted at a narrative, one of ambition, ritual, and mystery, waiting patiently to be told. Each marking was a word, each structure a sentence in the epic of this lost civilization. We knew we had to land soon, but the allure of the mystery was irresistible. The desert was calling to us, urging us to look deeper, to ask more questions, to seek out the stories hidden beneath its surface. As the light shifted and shadows danced across the sand, the desert slowly gave up its secrets, one frame at a time. With every pass of the drone, history came into sharper focus, reminding us that even in silence, the past still speaks. With a fresh battery, Horus took flight again, its propellers slicing through the dry desert air. The anticipation was electric as we watched the drone ascend, carrying our hopes for discovery high above the ancient sands. Our target was clear, a mysterious sunken square on the complex's western edge, barely visible from the ground but unmistakable from above. The shape hinted at something deliberate, a remnant of purposeful construction lost to time. As the drone hovered closer, it revealed a depression lined with ancient stone. Eroded blocks, weathered by centuries of wind and sand, formed a distinct perimeter, suggesting the outline of a forgotten structure. This was no mere outline. It was exposed architecture, a wall breaking the surface and defying the relentless desert. The stones, though battered, stood as silent witnesses to a civilization's ingenuity. Inside the depression, the sand was darker and looser than the surrounding desert, perhaps the remnants of a collapsed roof or ancient debris that had settled over centuries. Each grain seemed to hold a secret. The sunken courtyard quickly became our focal point, a tangible link to the past that beckoned us to look closer. It was as if the earth itself was offering up a piece of history, waiting to be understood. We zoomed in, documenting every visible stone, every subtle variation in the sand. Each detail was carefully recorded, knowing that even the smallest feature could unlock new insights into the site's origins. This was undeniable proof, evidence that would draw archaeologists and researchers from around the world. The site's significance was growing with every frame we captured. The rest of the complex remained a ghost, its outlines barely discernible beneath the sand. But here, in this exposed section, we had a physical connection to a lost era. The excitement among our team was palpable. We could feel history within reach, the thrill of discovery coursing through us as we realized the magnitude of what we'd found. We meticulously recorded the site from every angle, using drones and cameras to capture its full extent. We knew that what we were witnessing was significant, a chapter of history waiting to be rewritten. The drone had found the X that marks the spot, a precise location that would become the focus of future excavations and research. Our discovery was no longer theoretical. It was real, confirmed, and ready to be shared with the world. The past was breaking through the desert's skin, revealing secrets that had been buried for millennia. and inviting us to uncover the stories hidden beneath the sands. Time was running out. The sun was sinking fast. We made one last low pass over the sunken courtyard. Suddenly, a marking flashed on a stone block as the light shifted. "Stop! Go back!" I shouted. Kenji hovered the drone, adjusting the camera. There it was, a faint, eroded hieroglyph, part of a cartouche. We had found a royal inscription. The team fell silent, awestruck. This was a name, a direct link to a pharaoh. The symbols were unfamiliar, possibly a lost or erased ruler. This single carving changed everything. Our discovery now had an identity, a story. Could this be the mortuary temple of a forgotten king? The questions multiplied, the implications staggering. One symbol, captured from the air, had opened a new chapter in Egyptian history. As twilight fell, we landed Horus for the last time. We packed up in stunned silence, our routine flight now a historic discovery. The footage was more than scenery, it was a treasure map. News of the find sent shockwaves through the archaeological world. Experts are now analyzing our data, debating the identity and purpose of the complex. The drone gave us a new way to see, proving the age of discovery isn't over. This isn't just another temple. It's a key to lost history. The sunken courtyard is being prepped for excavation, promising decades of revelations. The sands of Egypt have yielded a secret, thanks to a flying camera and a bit of luck. What other mysteries lie just beneath the surface, waiting for the right eyes to find them?